What are you guys doing?
What? We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Bloodsport.
Welcome to the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Eric and Rob.
All right. Welcome back in, y'all. Been a little bit, had a little vacation. Took a little break. We're back at it here to talk the Suicide Squad. I'm your host, the Real Big E, my co-host, Rob the Ambassador. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Had a good weekend. How about you?
It was good. We went up to the Dells for a couple of days. It's a nice little getaway. I mean, it's nice when you live close. I'm not say close, still 2.5 hours, but that's still, close to, what they call Kid Vegas. It's
Okay.
You could get there. You leave early enough, you could do the whole day. You can drive back home the same day, really, if you really wanted to. But yeah, this is just for the kids. Outside of being bit up by mosquitoes, it was all right. It was all right. Believe it or not, I got bit in the hotel room, not outside.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, it still sounds like a good time. My family, we had a family reunion Friday and Saturday. We had to get together, 2 different locations, both nice locations. I saw relatives I hadn't seen 20, 25 years. I wasn't really looking forward to it because I was worried that people wouldn't show, but they did, and it was beautiful and joyful. And yeah, man, I'm still just still feeling the good feelings from it, man. It was nice. And then on Sunday, I had my first fantasy football draft. I was also presented my championship trophy from last year from that particular league. So that was nice.
Yeah. I partook in that draft as well with your assistance, and I look forward to collecting my trophy from the family league, sir.
The trophy has been ordered and should be ready to go when you get here.
Yeah, bust that on that there. That's the first one there.
Yeah.
And we coming to collect that second one.
We used to give out a different trophy in the family league. There have been only 4 of those particular trophies. They look like the Lombardi. There's only been 4 awarded, and you have 2 of them. I have one, and then your brother, my stepson Stefan, has the other, but you are the first one to have 2 Lombardis.
Yep. Can't wait to come collect. Oh, man, well, how about them rats, man?
Say again?
Them rats. Let's talk about them rats.
Oh, man, okay, yeah, let's talk about them.
Jesus, man, I did not expect that. I had no idea we were going to have Rat Catcher number 2 as one of the Suicide Squad. Talking about this movie, man, I don't know about you. I know this has gotten a lot of mixed reviews. It's kind of you either love it or you hate it. I loved it. I went in this thing, no expectations. I just expected a lot of goofy shit, and that's what I got. So I loved it. I don't know what people were thinking they were going to get, but some people didn't care for this movie.
Man, I didn't realize that it had been getting bad reviews. Like you, I loved it. I like James Gunn. I love what he's done with Galaxy, and I love what he did here. I don't know what people could complain about, except for the fact that it's not your typical superhero movie. Maybe that's what it is. This one had some comedy elements to it. It was extremely violent. I don't know if that turned some people off, but it was spectacular. I loved it.
Look, man, and I had to talk about this because I destroyed this man in my Fast 9 review, but I gotta say, and I also destroyed him on one of our wrestling shows. And I can't believe I'm saying it now. John Cena stole this movie. I can't believe it, but he did.
You know what, man? He did. And maybe Cena, maybe it's kind of like his wrestling career. He's typically called the guy with the 5 moves of doom, right?
Yeah,
but if you put him in the ring with the CM Punk or with another great wrestler, he can put on a great match. He just can't carry a match. It looks like it's the same situation in a movie. He cannot carry a movie, but if you put him in a movie with great people around him, like, look, Idris Elba, great actor. Margot Robbie, great as Harley Quinn in this movie. And then the other actors, you put him in an ensemble and he can do a good job. Yeah, and he did a really good job in this one.
I I didn't expect the turn that happened with his character, but I thought it was fitting. It was just it was so funny, the dynamic of him and Idris Elba going back and forth, because even when they first meet and Waller's introducing him to Bloodsport, and he's like, "You just described me." It's like, and John Cena goes, "Yeah, I'm you, just better." He's like, "What makes you so much better?" "I have smaller bullets. The bullets go through your holes." So yeah, it was funny. I really enjoyed their dynamic, especially that the beach scene. You know what I'm talking about, when they're going through the village and we think they're killing soldiers,
right? And it turns out, yeah. Well, like I said, I won't say too much, but man, this
not
movie.
What you think?
No, man, this movie. Like I said, what I like about what we're seeing with some of these comic book movies is they're not typical comic book movies. That's what I loved about Joker. It was more of a character study. Logan took it a little more violent, and to me, just makes it a little more accessible, a little more realistic. This one took a good comedy approach. I like it that we're not seeing the typical superhero movie, that they're going in different directions. And I'm telling you, James Gunn was the right guy, especially after the last Suicide Squad movie, I'm sorry, which was just, to me, garbage. He was the right guy to helm this one. He completely reinvigorated the franchise. If they make a second one, which I'm assuming they will, I'm all over it.
Yeah, this needed to be rated R from the get-go anyway. Should have been rated R Will Smith. But like we opened up talking about them rats, man, and they would, the whole thing with Bloodsport be having a rat phobia. It's like, well, who isn't scared of rats? Who looks at a rat and goes, "Oh, look, it's all cute and cuddly and shit"? No, this motherfucker got rabies probably.
Right.
And that's another funny scene, in the woods when Cena's in his tighty whities. It's like,
oh man,
why are you in your yeah. Oh man, I was all in. There was a couple times I forgot Harley Quinn was in this movie, because she's not in it that much.
She's not, but man, when she is, Margot Robbie. Look, I know you said Cena stole the movie, but I love the scenes with her. She wasn't in it much, but she made the most of every scene that she was in. I enjoyed her as well. And I don't mean just her looks. I mean, she was just great in the role.
Yeah. What did you feel about her use of the javelin at the end?
Look, a little predictable, because the beginning of the movie kind of gave us an indication without saying too much. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was good. I expected that, and I thought it was cool. It was cool, but not unpredictable.
No, I mean, some people thought it was gross.
Well, After everything we saw in the movie, nothing shocking at that by that point to me anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Did you
Now-
get Alien vibes off of this?
Alien? The
Yeah.
movie Alien?
Like James Gunn maybe took some inspiration from Alien based on the creature, we'll say, so to speak.
Okay, if I have a down point to the movie, that's probably the only one. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's from the comic books.
Yeah,
it
and
is
see-
from the comic books.
I haven't read the comic books, but I'm sorry. Look, I don't care how threatening it is. You know, Patrick is not going to terrify me. Okay, a
That's not
starfish.
spoiled. That's in the trailer. Starfish, Starro is the name
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
character.
So okay, but look, it was still. Did I think that a starfish as a villain was particularly menacing? No, but look, they did as much as they could to make it menacing. I mean, it was pretty. You know, when some of these little starfish would get on people's faces and melt their faces. That was pretty rough, but still, at the end of the day, for me, it's a starfish. I don't care how big it gets. I don't care what powers it has. It's a starfish. So that was the only thing. If I had to nitpick at something, that was the only thing.
Okay. Let's see.
Can I bring
Let
up
me ask you
something?
this. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I did not know until shortly before I saw the movie that Sylvester Stallone had a part in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, I'll let
Wait,
you
did
go
you
on
know
about
before you watched it?
I knew before I watched it, but shortly before I watched it, I knew that the character was in the movie, but I did not know it was played by Sylvester Stallone. I did not find out until shortly before I watched it.
Oh, so was it? I guess the tipping point. Where did you discover that was his voice?
Well, I knew it was his voice before I watched the movie because, like I
Oh,
said,
okay.
I found out that he was playing the character shortly before I watched.
Oh, okay.
But I found out by reading an article by James Gunn about how Sylvester Stallone was kind of hesitant to play the character. And my wife is a huge Sylvester Stallone is the love of her life. She tells this story about seeing Rocky III, and just that was it. So
Mhm.
yeah, I let her know that he was in it. I don't know if that will make her watch it because he's not. You know, he's
Yeah,
playing.
you don't see him.
You don't see him, but yeah. So for me, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought he did
It
a good
was.
job in the role, and I enjoyed that character as well.
Yeah, I King. He plays King Shark, and I thought it was just perfect. I really don't have many complaints about the movie. I was kind of wondering how they were going to fight Starro. I really liked Idris Elba as Bloodsport. I thought he was great. I really liked his the way his guns formed and he wore his weapons. I thought that was really cool. I don't know much about the character Bloodsport, if that's true to the character or not, but I thought that was really cool. Yeah, man. Outside of Ratcatcher #3 and Weasel.
Man, that was so funny at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about it, you can. I'm not going to say anything because to me,
No, I won't
that
spoil
was
that.
that was straight comedy. The movie started off with completely different characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because as I'm watching it, I'm like, well, wow, okay, where are the people I was expecting? Sylvester Stallone, Idris Elba, where are they at? And it starts off with one of my favorite actors, Michael Rooker. I love Michael Rooker. I've loved him since he played in Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, a movie I watch every Halloween. He was in early seasons of Walking Dead. I'm a big Michael Rooker guy. So it was good to see him. He was also in Guardians of the Galaxy. So it was good to see him. But yeah, those early scenes, I just loved everything James Gunn did with this. I would love to see what he could do with like a mainstream film, a film that's a non-superhero superhero movie. he's kind of made his niche with those. But I'd watch a James Gunn film that was just a straight movie just to see what he could do with it, because he has a very interesting flair for, and he always, music plays a big part in his films, and he has a real flair for comedy, but there's always very cool, unique music in his films as well, and this one was just the same.
Yeah, he did Slither. I don't know if you ever
James
saw
Gunn directed
Slither.
Slither. He directed Slither.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, man, that movie is not for everybody. Because if this one was gross and violent. I own Slither, but I owned it years ago when it first came out. I did not make the connection. I had no idea that was James Gunn. I knew that Matt Damon and I think Ben Affleck were some of the producers, but I did not know who the director was. But Slither is an awesome flick. That's another one I watch almost every Halloween. But like I said, not for everybody. That one is extremely, extremely violent and gruesome, but awesome.
Believe it or not, I've never seen it, but I really want to check it out now. After watching this and after, everything I've seen James Gunn do, I'm really curious to see Slither now. So that's something I'll probably watch with the wife. We watched Suicide Squad, and I was trying to see if she could pick up on who King Shark's voice was. And I don't know if she saw his name in the titles, because they did give it away, but she guessed right.
Okay.
It was Sylvester. But,
now, is she squeamish at all?
No, she's a nurse, so nothing.
Oh, well, okay. I just want to warn you, because I watched Slither with my wife, and at the time she enjoyed it, but I guarantee you, if I tried to get her to watch it now, it would be a huge hell no.
Yeah, man, it's I just had such a good time with this movie. I would definitely watch it again. I was and I wanted to watch it because I wanted to see if my two oldest would be able to handle it. I don't know. There's some things in there I don't think I want them seeing just yet. So I'm gonna hold off on that. Some rated R movies, they're just rated R because they're violent, and that's like, all right, whatever. This was like over the top violence, and there's of course some sexual innuendo in there, yeah. But I loved it, man. If I had to rate this or grade this, I'm giving this a straight up B+. I had a good time. I highly recommend it. If you are a DC, Marvel fan, comic book fan, or you just like funny action movies, check it out. I mean, don't go in thinking it's gonna be serious. Just it's a popcorn action comedy flick. That's what it is, and just sit back and enjoy it. Don't take it too serious. Enjoy the jokes, because there's plenty of them.
Yeah, man, I go A- because, like I said, the villain, that was a little hard for me to kind of get into, a starfish. But outside of that, this movie had comedy, it had action. Like you said, Cena was great. All of the actors were great. Look, anything with Viola Davis, first of all, I'm going to watch it. But Idris Elba was also spectacular. We spoke about Cena, but loved Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Loved the comedy element. I like it when a movie, like I said, typical superhero movies, okay, it has a more serious tone. We have this huge villain, and it looks like the villain's going to win, but in the end, the superheroes win, and everybody goes home happy. I've seen a million of those. Give me something different. And that's what this movie did. And I loved it. A- for me.
Yeah.
Now, did you watch, like typical superhero movies, you have to watch the entire credits. Did you watch the credits? Yep. Okay. I'll let you speak on that.
Well, the first one it's kind of stupid. Okay, let's be honest. I would be spoiling it, so I won't say what it is, but
I got you. Good move. Good move.
it's stupid. I'm actually trying to remember this. The second one. I know now. The second one ties into John Cena, and they kind of
Peacemaker.
announced that he's gonna get his own TV series on HBO Max. So that's kind of, if you didn't know, I mean, he's already spoke about it. So it's not that was the only thing I didn't like, that he spoke about the show in all the interviews he did. So I knew that even though certain things happened in the movie, I'm like, well, I know that's not going to be the end of Peacemaker. So
Yeah, I wonder why the filmmakers didn't say, hey, can you kind of hold off on that until the movie's been out for a while? I wonder why they would just let him speak on that.
I don't know. Especially, like, it'd be like you see in his interview on the red carpet, and then you go watch the movie, and then you see what happens, and then you see the end credit scene. Was like, yeah, they need to put a button on that, like how Marvel does. Like, they don't let anybody say nothing. You can't talk about the movie at all.
Right.
If there's an upcoming series, you can't mention it at all. Nobody would know.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Will you watch the series on HBO Max?
Yeah, it'll be on HBO Max. There are
No, will you watch it?
Oh, will I watch it? Yeah, I'll check it out.
Okay.
As long as it's akin to this movie, and it's violent, and he's able to be Peacemaker like he was in this. Yeah, definitely check it out.
Okay.
Sure. But yeah, there's two end credit scenes. One is kind of mid credit, and there's one at the very end. So if you want to stick around, it's up to you. Yeah, that's what we got going on. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, as well as here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Let us know what you thought of the Suicide Squad. And we've got more movie reviews coming up. I will be doing Jungle Cruise featuring another wrestler. Well, actually, I might hold off because pretty soon we're going to be starting the Rocky series. Not Sylvester, but Dwayne Johnson.
I was going to say, I have to bow out. If it was Sylvester Stallone, I had to bow out. Sorry.
No, we won't be doing that. So yeah, that's kicking off at the end of the month with Scorpion Kings. We're going to start at the beginning with Scorpion King and work our way till now. I have not seen all of the Rock's movies, so it'll be interesting for some of these. But yeah, that's our next movie project as far as movie reviews go. We'll also be wrapping up the Mortal Kombat series with 2 animated films, Scorpion's Revenge, and I can't remember the name of the new one, but there's a new one that's coming out soon. And those are only like an hour long, but they're damn good. So
okay,
that's what we got coming up. We appreciate y'all. Please, 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 we encourage you. Go get vaccinated. And what else you got, Rob?
Hey, well, you already said it. Get vaccinated. But I always want to thank you, listeners. We appreciate y'all. And let's hear from you. Give us some show ideas, and we'll do it. We love y'all. Thank you.
Yep. Take care. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.